Guys are doing well. So in this video is basically a part 2 video of Unit 4, creative contribution of the key people. So the very first chapter, film, we have completed till actor. We have covered till actor in the very first video, in the very first part of this video, and in the second part we are going to start from cinematographer. So basically, what are cinematographer? Achha, before going to cinematographer, let's just know who are the key contributors in the filming process. Writer, we all know who a writer is basically the one who writes the script, which is basically a uh, which basically lays the foundation of the film, right? Very important part, very first step. And his work start from a blank sheet. That is what the difference of his work and other contributors work is. A director is basically the captain of the ship who is involved in all the major and minor problems from pre-production till the post-production or even beyond. Producer is also a key contributor, obviously, because his job is to acquire finance, as in he invests money on that film. So the main filming process, maybe it can be an idea of a writer or a director, but it get a kickstart from producer, because producer is the one who invests money, and he is also, just like a director, is involved in all the major and minor problems from the pre-production till the post-production or even beyond. Actor are performers, we all know, right? Actors are performers, and we can also tell them as or say them as talents, because they their work is to entertain us. Now if we'll go on into actors, or if you'll read the passage of actor, or whatever is written under actor, you will get to know about a term which is called star. So star is something which is different from actor. Actor is known for his or her acting ability, but star is known for his personality, appeal of his or her personality. So actor is capable of playing variety of roles, but star usually plays herself or himself. Okay. Actor can be a big star, but converse is not necessary. Okay. Now, what is cinematographer? From cinematographer, we are basically going to start. Now, who are cinematographers? Cinematographers are basically director of photography. Okay, they are art technicians, and we can also call them as a director of photography, DOP. So they realizes that what director wants. So basically, what director wants, they work for that. So their work is a combination of technical competence and artistic sensibilities. So their work is also to select location and take decisions regarding locations before shoot. Okay, this is pre-shooting thing we are talking about. So they also go with the requirement of the script, and also involve his or her style, and adds to the script, like his or her style is being added to the script. So there were, firstly, what we got to know, that he is there they're also basically known as DOP, director of photography. They realizes what director wants to see. Okay, they work with the combination of technical competence and artistic sensibilities. They takes takes all the decision regarding location, and they select the location as well. And number 5 would be that they go with the requirement of the script, and also involve his or her style. Now the last 2 point would be that they make important decision about, apart from location, they also make decisions about lighting, lenses, filter, etc., which is something which is related to photography, right? And the seventh and the last point would be that they modifies set construction, because background is also important, right? Location, costume, makeup. अब if we think about बाहुबली movie, so जब बाहुबली के जो बैकग्राउंड में वो सारे एनिमेटेड चीज़ नहीं होते तो वो फील नहीं आता. सो समहाउ दैट वर्क इज़ ऑल्सो ऑफ सिनेमेटोग्राफर. ठीक है. नाउ audiographer is also known as sound recordist. So they are basically responsible for the sound quality of the film, something which is, they are basically involved with the sound quality of the film, mixing, editing, sound recording, um performed, like everything which is related to sound, editing, mixing, and all. The sound department of the post production is performed by them. So sound are basically, wait, so sound is normally recorded during filming or during post production. So during filming, when it is recorded, then it's known as sync sound, though it's not mentioned, but we should know it, that sync sound is basically during filming we do you know sh- we do shoot it, but after, like in post production, when we normally record the sound, then it is known as non sync sound, because why we do after production or post production, because of avoid to avoid background noise, right? Now on set, the production sound mixture is responsible for selecting microphones and uh, supervising their placements. So where the microphones will be placed, and which type of microphones will be used, it is also like they also take these kinds of decisions as well. So these includes microphone, uh, like concealed around the set, behind the furnitures. It can be placed behind the furnitures, or radio mic, or work under clothes as well, right? um During plays, if you'll notice, then you'll realize that during plays also, not yet a part which is something which is different from a film, but still, during plays also, mics are placed under, or are you like are placed basically under the clothes, inside the clothes, right? So recorded sounds has to be clear, okay? And sound should, so basically sound recorders looks into that, whether this recorded sound is clear or not. The sound should be have good relations with with other sound, right? Should go basically with other sounds, and should be heard in the theater at a right volume. The volume should be correct as well. Now, and so before going to art director, let's just repeat the points of audiographer. So in audiographer, we got to know that he or she is, audiographer is also known as sound recorders, and he and she is also responsible for, is basically responsible for the sound department of the film production, mixing, editing, recording, everything comes under sound department, right? The sound is normally recorded during filming or post production. On set, the production sound mixer is responsible for selecting microphones and supervising their placement. It can be placed behind furnitures, radio mic, work under clothing as well. Radio mics are used under clothing, work under clothing. Now he also looks into whether this recorded sound has to, like, is clear or not, is going with the other sounds or not, or it is, it is heard in theater at the right volume or not. That what a sound recordist or a audiographer work is, or responsibilities are. Now art director is basically uh, works with director, or we can say a cinematographer. So they are basically some, they are a kind of helper, or we can say a helping hand for director or cinematographer. In the pre-production stage, their work or their responsibilities are involved. They take major decision, or we can say important decision, regarding as in how much film would be shot in on that location or set, like, um, how much filming will be there in, or how much film would be shot in location or in set. Like, it's not necessary that everything is going to be shoot on in set. on set or on location. It can be divided as well, right? So this is done in pre-production stage. And art director is also like take decisions regarding budget and script as well, right? Like some decisions which is regarding budget, like he can't, he or she is not allowed to take something decision which go out of budget or which go beyond beyond the budget. So a set construction, or we can say design of set is also looked after by him. And he also selects the location at times. Cinematographer also select the location, like both art director and cinematographer come together and they decide, and they just like a meeting, they just uh, think of a location and then they come to a conclusion, and then their film is shoot shooted. Music composer, we all know in India or in Indian films basically, um, music plays really a very important role. So it is the main attraction of the film. If music is hit, then there is high chances that the film is also going to be hit. So pre-publicity period, in a pre-publicity period, song, if song becomes popular, then film is assured of a good initial run at the box office. Like if song is popular, then there is no tension that the film is going to be flop. The film is going to be hit. Not maybe, if even if the film is worst, but because of the music there will be people who are going to watch it. Maybe it will not be huge hit, but it will not be flop as well. Now if we talk about music composer, then SD Burman will be the very first name which would come in your mind, right? So he has two examples are given. He has there are two memorable songs which he has composed. Ek ladki bhigi bhagi, which is a song from Chalti Ka Naam Gaadi 1957, and Ab ke Baras, which is again a song from Bandini, which is composed again by S.D. Burman 1963. So whose music, like S.D. Burman's music, has tremendous diversity. So if if this question comes like name a music composer, then the very first name would come in your mind would be SD Burman. And this example is given in your NCRT book only. See here. So whole explanation is given on him, but it's not required, but these two examples can come, that's why. Now there are many music composers who have given a lot to the to the Indian industry, the Bollywood industry, I would say. But names can be asked. Cinematographer, no, wait, yeah. So cinematographer's name can also be asked. Now there will be, you may not know cinematographer's name, but example is given as in Shubhrata Mitra. He was a cinematographer who basically worked with Satyajit Ray. Okay, so he was the one who was basically the director of photography. So you can write his name as well, because as it is written in your book. So we got to know uh, about the four key term. In this part 2 video, we got to know about the last four key contributors in the filming process. So thank you for watching. And if you have not watched part 1 video, so please go and watch that, and then do watch this video as well.